Joining us on the virtual celebrity hotline, the one and only Sean Paul. What's going on, brother?
What's up, my G?
How you been holding up during the pandemic?
I call it a paramedic because I can't stand the name pandemic.
So
you're holding up okay. You know, the first 5 months I was kind of in a shell,
mm-hmm.
and then I came out and went to the studio. Yeah, but I've been good. Thanks for asking me.
How was that creative process when you finally got back in the studio? Did you find you had that another fire lit? I mean, not like you've ever had the fire go out at any point in time because you've been recording nonstop, but did you find a new energy when you went back in the studio after 5 months out?
I would say, yeah, kind of a refocus. So I started to do, I mean, I just didn't feel like doing the same type of songs that I'm known for all the time. I have some like that, but I've been doing a little more conscious material, to tell the honest truth. So led to songs like Lionheart and Guns of Navarone, which is going to appear on the new album I'm doing in March.
Guns of Navarone. I love that tune, boy. Wicked tune right there.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. So a little more, what can I say, more conscious side of material, you know what I mean? Hold on, let me switch this up a little. Yeah. All right. Good.
Okay. So what led to that to that change in the lyrical content anyway? Just
me feeling the way how, I mean, to see what's happening and all that. And we still, you know, there's this disease or whatever it is, and we still fighting each other. So I was telling myself, yeah, I'll get back to doing some conscious songs soon. But then it was like, yo, you know, we can't party right now, really. And even though we do need those songs to kind of keep us in a good mood, I had to say some things. So that was just part of the reason, you know.
Okay. So when I talked to Shaggy last year and I talked to Leela and Taurus, you know, Shaggy said he learned to cook more. Leela said she learned to ride a bike. Taurus said that he learned more about producing records. So what did Sean Paul learn? What unhidden skill did you unearth doing this, as you call it, paramedic?
Yeah, I learned how to make ginger beer in this paramedic.
Oh, for real? Now look, some good ginger beer, the one that burned but it's cold going down at the same time.
Yeah, man, nice thing. Because I like beer and I like ginger, so I was like, you know what? Let me try it out. So it's water and ginger, and you add sugar every day, and it ferments. You leave it for 2 weeks, basically. Yeah.
Okay, this is the Sean Paul recipe. I like it.
Come on. Something to keep my mind occupied, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely have to. You know, one of the things that popped up throughout the paramedic. I'm stealing that now. I'm going with paramedic from here on.
Stealing my word now. That's dope.
we know you trademarked it, so it's good. Was this whole Verzuz, and then of course when Beanie and Bounty did it, it just literally changed the way that they actually did Verzuz as a whole. Because as I like to say, Caribbean people just do it better, right? That's what we do.
Yeah. For
Question is,
sure.
did you watch and what did you think of it?
I was mad proud. The numbers, to see the amount of people that we brought onto that platform just by them doing their thing, that was dope. You know what I mean? And yeah, I like the platform, but it's not for myself. Not everything's for me. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have been asking me, yo, they want me to go up against this or that person, and I was not feeling the vibe. So then someone asked me in an interview, say, yo, why you don't do no verse? I said, it reminds me of clashing. And they're like, it's not really clashing. I'm like, yeah, but I just don't like how it's set up. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch Keisha Cole and Ashanti do their thing without having the tit for tat, this song for that song type vibes in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've been a fan of clashing, especially on sound systems. And also clashing with artists as a kid growing up. But me now having kids, kind of realizing the impact that it kind of can cause. You know, I kind of against that vibe. So I just made a statement. Then everybody flew down on me. Yo, what are you saying? Is our culture this and rare? But I'm here to tell you, not everything in your culture is good. You know what I mean? We have a
Right.
smoking culture that's not good for your lungs neither. Here I am smoking, but for certain things, I just feel like right now is the time to speak out on that. You know what I mean? Because the clashing songs bring derogatory forms of lyrics and negative form of lyrics, and complacency about violence. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's just something that I've been noticing. You know, back in the day, I've seen people fight in a square in Kingston, actually chop up each other over Shabba Ranks and Ninja Man clash. Which one was better? I've seen that with my own eyes, and I've known stories about people going back and forth due to the clash with Mavada and Cartel. So I'm not actually saying that when someone sings a gun song, it's gonna make a kid pick up a gun, but I'm actually saying that in the future, because of the complacency, because of everybody just scraping it down to that's the norm now. You know, it to me brings about a negative aspect. So, you know, I myself have had friends who they grew up uptown. Their parents were relatively wealthy, but they just got into badness, and it's just a part of the culture, right? So they was trying to buy guns. They got beat up in a bath, in a bathtub in Tivoli, and tied up. So I just feel like I want to be the change. You know what I mean? When I say
Right.
you be the change you want to see in the universe, that's a change I want to see. I want to see kids not be complacent with violence, not think that violence is the norm, not think that saying someone's kid or mother's name in a song to win the clash is the best thing to do or the normal thing to do. So, you know, meanwhile we clash, you know, year after year after year, there's more violence coming now. I'm not saying that it is actually causing the violence. What I am saying is that we are becoming complacent. And if we become complacent, the next and the next generation actually acts it out. So I believe in word sound power also, and I think that these are just very good what do you call it? What's the word? Instances of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The fights I saw over people clashing, and the kid I know who was buying guns, there's more. I mean, he had no reason to do that. It's just part of the culture. That's cool. That's like, yo, that's gonna make me a bad boy. Girls are gonna like me.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? There's other things that women like. I mean, not every woman like a bad boy, you know what I mean?
Right. That's true.
And so there being 7 odd billion people in the world, I think we should kind of spread out our thoughts a little bit and not only go at the clash thing. So I did the song called Lionheart, which is explaining kind of why I'm not on Verzuz and I don't want to do it. And to set the record straight, no one from Verzuz has actually contacted me, but Shaggy contacted me telling me that people was asking him. And people been asking me too about me and Shaggy doing it, or me and a Popcorn, or somebody from my own genre. And I'm like, yo, Bob Marley paved this great highway for me to walk on, and now I'm gonna, you know what I mean, be one of the people that's actually very visible internationally. I'm not saying I'm the only one, right? But people are gonna look for me clashing somebody who is from my own genre. I'd rather help them.
Right.
I would rather collab with them and write a tune which is very competitive with each other in the song, but you don't go derogatory forms that I'm going to talk about his mom and you go talk about my kids.
Right.
That's just wrong to me. Life is precious. So with that said, this album is called Live and Living. I call it that because people say dancehall is dead because of the numbers. We ain't selling anymore. So
And that's actually what I was going to ask you about with the numbers, because, you know, streaming dancehall Verzuz proved that dancehall is huge. It was the biggest one up to that point, which we already knew dancehall was huge, but, you know, getting it to everybody else to understand that part of it.
Yeah.
And then for them to see that, you know, this Beanie and Bounty one is the one that was the biggest, had the biggest numbers at the time.
Yeah.
But then the streaming numbers are not showing it. What do you think? And the sales numbers are not showing it. I mean, we're not going to talk about your numbers because your numbers are always
Spotify.
big.
I don't know if you know that, but Spotify is not available in the Caribbean, really.
Okay.
Is it?
No.
So we want to see our stars. We want to listen to our stars, but then those numbers are not going to be calculated because we don't have it. So that's one reason. And other than that, traditionally we don't really buy much records here in the Caribbean. You know what I mean? We're given a lot of mixtapes and that, and we know songs like through that kind of vibe, through the sound system. So that was the first way we would get our music out, and it was very efficient for us to be like, yo, you know what I mean, do dub plays for Stone Love or Renaissance or King Addies, Copper Shot, My Brother's Sound, and really make your mark that way. But now it's evolved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's evolved. There's different ways to get it going, but we're still doing the sound system thing, which gets our songs out there, but then everybody has them and there's no sales. So those both things, I think, contribute to that streaming effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A person like me or Shaggy or even Coffee right now is way more internationally known. And so our numbers are bigger. That's it. That's all.
Right.
There's people abroad that might know about me and like you know, download the songs. So with that being said, the Live and Livin is like I'm throwing it in people's face saying that, yo, we definitely got the numbers. You know what I mean? And I also, there's a subtone of collaboration over confrontation or collaboration over clash on the album. You know what I mean? I have people on there that people think are clashing. Like Skillibeng and Intense. I got them on the album, and they not on the same song, but you know what I mean? People think that they're gonna go at it pretty soon. I'm glad that I have them on the same album. Also, the song with Skillibeng features someone, an artist named Massacre. And Massacre and Skillibeng never saw eye to eye. And also, the person who built the track the track is called Everest. It's DeMarco, and DeMarco and Massacre kind of had a problem at one point for some reason or the other. And when I gave them the talk, it kind of changed things. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, this album is about unity, so we're gonna go hard in the song. It's a hardcore song, but it's not the same type of hardcore. It's going hardcore to make sure that the song is a doper song.
Right.
And not derogatory towards each other in the song. You know what I mean? So good vibes, man. On this album I got Bujo, you know, a dancehall icon. Someone who I look up to for many years, just for the vibes and just knowing that he'd been through so much things. So I was happy that, you know, I went to check him 2 times while he was in the lockup. And I was happy that he was able to come out with a great vibe and just start doing music on the jump.
Yeah.
Busy Signals on the album too. Dope lyricist, somebody who I respect his talent, his style very much. People like Bugle, same thing, very dope lyricist. You know, Jesse Royal is on there and featuring a snippet from Mutabruka's speech. Also, that song has a remix called a remix with Stoneboy in there. He's the only non-Jamaican on the album. Everybody on the album I worked with is people who I revere as great talent, whether you're an engineer, an artist, or a producer. So, like for instance, I got someone who is an engineer, artist, and producer on their left side, and also Suko from Ward 21. They both appear on songs in there, but they also Suko mixed and left side produced the single that we did. Who else on there? Squash is on there. Movado. People like Ching Ching, the first signing of Dirty Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Soto Bless, another signing of Dirty Rock, and Rasa Joy. You know what I mean? People like Junior Gang's on the album, big up to Gang. And as I said, all these people are just people who I revere, you know what I mean? So great songs, some of them are conscious or of a more serious tone.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are still what you know me for, you know what I mean? Good vibes and partying and girls thing and yeah. So
you got to have that in there, right?
yeah, man. I mean, you gotta have it. And through the pandemic here, or the paramedic as I like to call it, we got to buckle down, you know. And I usually tour like 6 months out of the year, so this gave me time with my fam, which I've been grateful for, and also to dig into the studio and do some work that I've been longing to do, like work with Govy. Governor is on the album.
Yes. Okay.
You know what I mean? Him and me on one song, really dope vibe. So the only single song on the album is called Lionheart. That's me as a single.
Right.
But every other single on the song is just like me collaborating with one or two people. And as I said, collaboration over clash is the kind of subtone or the mood of the album, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm doing it to prove a point. Me and Shaggy didn't have to clash, neither did Coffee.
Yeah.
In our own genre or outside our genre. We never had no beef with nobody. There may have been rumors about this and that, but there ain't no beef, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to show the steps that I took to these younger DJs, you know what I mean? To these younger artists, because honestly, as I said before, it's time that we collab more, you know what I mean? And
exactly.
That's just how my feeling is.
You know,
I got 2 albums this year though.
Yeah. I was about to ask you about that because I know you said there was a second one coming. What's the second one?
Second one is a more poppy outlook. You know, when I first started my career, I was more hardcore dancehall, and then I started to catch new fans with some of the poppier work I was doing. So I paid attention to those fans, and now it's reached to the point where I miss the hardcore thing. So I'm doing the live and living, but also Scorcha, the album is coming in May, and even though there's a single out now called Scorcha, which is the lead single for that album, we just did a video for it last week. It's definitely a more poppy look. Like Sia is on the album. I had a #1 song with her before. This song is pretty dope too. It's called Dynamite. I have a song called Light My Fire, which features Gwen Stefani and Shensia in one song. Dope lovers rock kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Jada Kingdom's on the album. Well, Ty Dolla $ign, Stylo G, Tovlo is on the album. So it's a more poppy approach. There is hardcore stuff on there as well, like production from TJ and Jordan, Chimney Records. But this one is just a little more, as I said, poppy. And I kind of want to see what really happens with it. You know what I mean? This album is coming out. The first album this year is coming out March 12th on my label, Dirty Rock label.
Yeah.
The one in May is for Island Records, who I'm signed to, and they graciously gave me the opportunity to do this first album, kind of like almost like a mixtape vibe, but it's more than a mixtape to me. It's 16 hot tracks.
Yeah.
And on the Scorcha album, it's 14 hot tracks. You know what I mean? So good amount of song coming your way soon, bruh.
So what does it mean for you when you're putting it out on your own label as opposed to putting it out on Island, who you're signed to?
Full and total control in terms of, you know, when you do partner up with a company, they still have their own thing that they want to accomplish sometimes.
Right.
They might be working with a certain producer and they really want that to be the first single. And it gets into, you know, tit for tat and arguments. But with this, with my own, it's like, this is who I want to put on. You know what I mean? As I said before, like putting people like Soto Bless on the album, or even Massacre.
Yeah.
He's a dope MC, the both of them. But a lot of time I would present songs like this to a company and they'd be like, okay, cool, but can can so and so can Diana Ross sing the hook? You
Right.
know what I mean, they want to put me with some big names. You know what I mean?
Right.
So meanwhile, I don't mind that, but I do miss just the raw thing. You know what I mean? So this album has like the first album has the raw elements, like traditional dancehall sound, and also some of the new things. You know what I mean? Like the song with Intent and Skilly Bang them.
Yeah.
That song as well. Both of those are more new flavor dancehall. You know what I mean?
And that's why I asked that question, because I understand from the major label they want the big name that they have in the pop world or the hip hop world to collaborate with you, and then what you're doing is almost the relay where you're taking that and then doing that for some of the younger dancehall artists who are not as well known, and kind of putting them in the forefront in that side and exposing them to your audience as well too.
Yeah, man. Them say I said, give me the light. You know what I mean? And I got the light, so now I'm shining it on others who I believe is shine worthy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
you've collabed with just about everybody out there, man. I mean, there's so many names. If I run down the list, it'll take up the whole rest of the interview. But who? So a better question is, who haven't you worked with that you want to work with?
I really wanted to do a song with Shensia. Sorry, not Shensia. I've done a song with Shensia. Sorry. I really wanted to do a song with Shakira.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Shakira has been a dope thing. And one time we almost did a song, but it didn't get to see the light of day. I had to change the person who sang the hook for me. Also, Alicia Keys, same thing. Me and her almost did a reggae one drop the other day, but for some reason I stopped getting calls from them. But those two are a couple. But yeah, in Jamaica, there's a young girl called Savannah. She's dope.
Yeah, she's dope.
And also Stark Ashley. She's also dope. So one of them days, do something with them. You know
nice. Now, we do something on here called Tropics Wordplay, where I'll name a song, one of your songs. You tell me something about that song, whether it's a story that you hadn't told about it, the reason behind that song, anything about it. We're gonna start with some of the classics, though. I mean, now I can't run down all of them because obviously there's way too many. So I'm gonna pick and choose some. I'm gonna start with one of my favorites, though. One of my favorites that you did back in the day, Punky.
Mad. Well, big up to Richie D, the producer. He's the person who produced the song and wrote most of the song, to tell the honest truth. And I barely take songs from people. You know, it's honestly, it's been like probably 98% of my career is me write everything, and the other parts are, you know, the other 2% are like hooks that other people have sung for me or songs like that. So Punky was a girl that Richie D was trying to get with, and he wrote it, and I just liked the vibe. I was like, you know what, man, I'm going on that song then. And we just did it up. So yeah, big up. It was for all those who know reggae, it was a definite take off of not the song part, but the rhythm part. If you ever know a song with Wayne Wonder and Buju Banton called Saddest Day. Yep. It had a big influence from that with the rhythm track. You know what I mean? The drums and the bass played something else, but the rhythm track, the drum track was definitely from Saddest Day. Yeah.
What about Deport Them?
Yeah, Deport Them now. Tony Kelly. Him and me wrote the song. That was a very big, one of my biggest first biggest hits. I did it in 1998, and it was hot in Jamaica for a year and a half. And then right when it started to warm down in Jamaica, it started to like pick up in places like New York and Toronto and London, and the rest is history. You know what I mean? That led me to do a video for that song, and the song with me and Mr. Vegas was the lead out singles from that first album, Stage 1. And it just put me on a whole platform, you know what I mean? It was a nice pimping song where the girl them like it too. So big up to the ladies who know to keep it in shape and keep everything great. You know,
as you mentioned, the songs that bubble in Jamaica before they do everywhere else. instance, even in Charleston back in the day when we had we did reggae nights at LJ's, and you had this song we played for an entire year before radio finally said, "Oh, wait a minute, what is this song?" And it's "Give Me the Light."
Yeah, you see. Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. Give Me the Light now. I tell you, it was a producer I know from Miami. He produces dancehall music, but you know, he came down and he's like, "Yo, I got $800." And I was like, "Nah, bro, I need $1,000." And he was like, "I only got 800." I was like, "All right, see you later." And then a week later, I needed that money badly. So I shouted him, like, yo, what's up? You still got that $8 And he was like, yeah. So I went to the studio with just a melody in mind. And I mean, it's one of the first songs that I really freestyled the verses and wrote it like that. And yeah, from there, there's no looking back. I haven't written out a song, maybe one or two, which was giving me a problem, and I start to write down the lyrics. But most of the time, me and an engineer go through, and it's like brilliance comes out. You know what I mean? So big up to everybody who I've worked with like that, which has been ever since. So yeah, Give Me the Light, mad tune. Video shot by Little X. At first, a lot of people wanted to put me in like coconut tree with a chalice. Say, give me the light that way. And I was like, no, I want it to be fresh and different. And Little X understood, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna put you in a space. And it kind of represented, that whole video represented my career up to that point. Like, no one believed in Jamaica that I would actually make it further than a certain amount of little vibe. So where you see me stepping down, and I kind of look down, and I put my hand out to see what's there, and it's only darkness. And then I make the step, and the light comes on. That's kind of like what can I say? The faith. You know what I mean? I had faith in myself. I had faith in my career. And I didn't care what no one else said. And so I pushed forward. And so that video, even though it was fun and very danceable, and big up to Toronto and the Anti-Crime crew who was dancing in the video, and Tanisha Scott, who was, you know what I mean, in the video too, and coordinating choreographing a lot of the girls. All of that was dope, but what was the real dope thing to me was that it really showed like my mindset at the time in terms of that faith step there. Right. So yeah, it was dope, and it blew up. The song blew up everywhere. Yeah. And while Deport them blew up in a few cities, and gave me the keys to those cities. Give Me the Light gave me the keys to the universe, man. It blew up. Longest playing video for me on BT. Months. It was playing for months, like on the top 10. Yeah. It was so different to people. So yeah, big up to Triton and Black Shadow and everybody involved in the tune. I mean,
what about Light Glue?
Light Glue was also written right around the same time as Deport them, same year, 1998. But both of those songs didn't break in New York until 2000. So about 2 years. You know, that's how it is with our music. You know that. So after a while, you know, we bridged the gap with certain other songs where it was hot in Jamaica at the same time as it was hot in the States. But Light Glue was one of those, like, it kind of crept up on people. And, you know, loved the vibe. It was with me and Tony Kelly again. Both of us wrote on it. He's a prolific producer, and I mean, big up to him. One of the guys in the business who a lot of people don't understand what he did for certain artists like myself. Right. By just having those rhythms available to me and putting it out, and his name or his rhythm comes with a clout. You know what I mean? People are, oh, yo, it's Tony Kelly rhythm. Yep. So play it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a good look being on that.
Now that's facts. I know the 90s was stamped with Tony Kelly, boy.
Yeah, man. Dave and Tony Kelly, prolific.
Another one of my favorites. I love this tune every time. This a whole different vibe. Is Never Gonna Be the Same.
Yeah, man. But that song I wrote for my brethren, you know what I mean, and a couple of friends, my family people too. It's a song about, you know, people leaving us, not leaving relationships, just leaving this earth. And so it was one of the first songs I did like that, where it was the topic was sad. And honestly, 2005 in Jamaica is when that song came out. It was a very tough year. Brethren Dadigan, who started Dirty Cup Crew, which is a crew I came from, was shot to death. You know what I mean? 9 times, 9 shots. So, yeah, I just remember wanting to express it. It was one of the first serious songs I had. And up to this day, people still revere it. Big up to Don Carleone, the producer, and what else can I say about it? It definitely had a mood. You know, I bigged up a lot of people in the song. One of my first girlfriends passed away, and my aunt passed away the same year as Dadigan. So it was just a meaningful song for me, very meaningful. And when I say in the lyrics, you know, never gonna be the same. Take another step on towards my destiny, but the memories still remain. Like I'm walking alone now without these people, but I got their memories, so they still with me, kind of thing. It was just a very touching song and a very meaningful song for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely
Jesse
comes through.
a director named Jesse Terrero. He's been involved in a lot of different big vibes like that, and also I think he did the movie. There was some movie with Kevin Hart on an airplane, and Snoop was in it.
Oh, Soul Plane?
Soul Plane. Yeah, he did that movie, Jesse Terrero. So he's the one that shot the video for me. He came to Kingston and did it. Good vibes, man.
Nice. Coming to some of the more current ones, how about Chronicles?
Yeah. Nice. I'm glad you know that one. Big up Baby G, the producer, with Chronicles. Chronicles is a song, reggae one drop. You know, when I hear a one drop rhythm, that's really reminiscent of the real root of what reggae is. It's amazing to me. So that's one of them. And you know, usually the rhythm just kind of tells me what to sing. Like I hear "Give Me the Light," and I'm like, what does it sound like? It sound like party to me. And I hear like Chronicles, and I just start getting moody. You know what I mean? And maybe at the time, it was something I had to express also. You know, there's points in your life or relationships with people where it gets strange or strained. And so yeah, I was kind of saying to my girl, like, yo, give it a chance. You know what I mean? Don't let this go. We should never let this end, because rumors and different little things. So yeah, it's a romantic song, but I'm begging it back. You know what I mean? I beg back the word.
Of course. Yeah. Every once in a while, we have to do that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can't go on like you want to. No man is an island. You know what I mean? You got to have the ocean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, in complete contrast to that one, Born Gallus.
Yeah, brother. True thing. It's complete contrast. Yeah, you have to fool around it in this business, and that's a part of my whole psyche too. That's a part of my what you call it? Just my machoness. You know what I'm saying? My ego. Yeah, me a Born Gallus, cause you know you have a lot of ladies out there that they look beautiful, but sometimes their movements are not that beautiful, and if you don't stand firm in the thing and claim your claim, then them kind of will run over you. You know what I mean? So it's a song about just me having a lot of ladies, which I've had in my life for sure.
You know, there's a song right along the same lines of this that my wife gets so tired of me playing, and she's like, "Look, you got to stop playing this song." It's with you, Stefflon Don, Idris Elba, Wiley. You know the one I'm talking about, Bossy.
Yeah, man. Bossy. Yeah, man. Big up to Wiley, bro. He's to me, he's a very talented dude. People construe, like they misunderstand him, I think. Very talented dude, and it was his whole concept. You know what I mean? It's actually the remix, because he had a song called Bossy before on the same track, but Idris and him linked, and they was like, "Yo, man, just do this. When you're ready, let me have the you know the remix." And while he was like, "Okay, bro," and sent it to him, and then he did his verse, and then for some reason they thought they should get more people on it, so they shouted Stefflon Don and she shouted me.
Oh, nice.
And that's how I got on the whole project. You know, this proves to me that, you know, the simple, more traditional dancehall tracks is what international crowds still feel. I mean, check out Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
I mean, check out
perfect example.
Yeah, check out the stuff Bieber is doing. It's still, or had done. It's still dancehall. You know what I mean? So for 2019, that was one of the biggest streaming tracks for dancehall music, and it just proves that to me. You know what I mean? So big up Wiley, big up Stefflon Don, big up Idris. Thank you all for having me on the track, and big up every bossy person out there who love dancehall. It's great.
The title track of the album that's coming out in May, Scorcha.
Scorcha. Well, as I heard the track, it's Chimney and Jordan, and as I heard it, that's the first. I was like, this is hot. I'm like, I'm hot. I'm hot on this track. Mana Scorcha. Mana Scorcha. You know what I mean? Scotch bonnet, pepper, me and fling pon the daughter them. So I'm just saying I'm a hot boy, you know what I mean, in the song. But it's really vibes. A lot of people like that tune. As I said, we just shot the video for it last week, Friday. And it's a lead-out single for the second album that's coming this year in May. So even though that song's out and the video is going to be out, there will be another installment of that album coming pretty soon before, before May drops. So, yeah.
And the last one, like I said, there's so many songs we can go over, but I had to pick and choose and cherry pick these. We kind of mentioned this a little earlier, but the Guns of Navarone off the next album that's up in March 12th, I think is what you
March
said.
12th,
Live and Livin. So tell us about Guns of Navarone.
Well, Guns of Navarone, as I told you, I made the comment about not liking clashing, and then I did the song Lionheart because I was kind of clashing the whole culture in that song, saying not everything's good in the culture, man. So that's my opinion. Then I had to follow it up. I definitely had to follow it up, and that's why these two songs came out before the album came out. I just thought that the climate was ready for it. People was talking about what I said a lot. It was in the papers out here. It was all on all vlogs everywhere. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna prove to you that we can make a hardcore song, but it can be hardcore topic as well, but also uplift people out of this crazy mindset that we are all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This bravado, this thing that we are the baddest man. So it's a song, and it's not some unfamiliar that I've heard, like people like Bob Marley sing about. There's a line in it that says, "Whoa, Mama Ball when she have to write the youth them name down in a stone. Whoa, them a dash away people, but them just cannot dash away them soul." Those two lines for me came from a Bob Marley song and also a Buju Banton song. You know, Bob Marley have a song called "Johnny Was a Good Man."
Yeah.
Johnny Was, that's the name of the song. And he says the same type of thing, mom cries when she sees that.
Yeah.
And also, Buju Banton had a song called Murderer, which he said, kill I today, you cannot kill I tomorrow, which means, my soul still exists.
Yeah.
So you've taken me from this plane. So, that's me thinking of the roots of the music and also kind of interjecting in the first part, you know what I mean? See them a run out with full clips, say them gonna stick, is like Guns of Navarone. Bus shot quick, head back split, them a bus shot fillet, them a bus shot fit here through flesh and bone. Oh, Mama Ball when she have to write the youth them name down in a stone. Oh, them a dash away people, but them just cannot dash away them soul. So, you know what I mean? Me a telling you for pre that insanity, humanity, we have been living like idiot. It's like, I'm saying to you, we don't need to continue to do this.
Right.
We are not the people bringing guns into this country. We're not a big businessman or a big politician that owns the wharfs. That's how they come in here. But we are the people pulling the triggers, man.
Yes.
So we have to look on it. It's a double-sided story. Now we're going to cuss the politicians all we want. We seen they not doing nothing. They don't business. So it's up to us.
Facts.
It's up to us. You know what I mean?
loving the fact that you're touching a lot more subjects as you go into. Do you find that family and fatherhood has really made you kind of change your outlook on what you're going to speak about now?
Yeah, not now. I mean, just I've always been that conscious type of person, but you know, I like other musics too. But I just didn't want to do I like Beatles music. I like Nirvana music. I like you know, I mean, 21 Pilots music. But I don't always want. I don't want to express myself that way. I like Bob Marley's music, but I like to express myself as a DJ. I like the chanting aspect of it. I like to spit those lyrics and catch people's ears, and so that's just my style of thing, you know what I mean? So I didn't always put my conscious personality into my music. For me, it was like, you know, the world is all in turmoil anyway. We just need some music to uplift us and party vibes and to feel good and to let women feel good. I felt women were downtrodden. One of my first songs was Baby Girl Don't Cry No More. Yep. You know what I mean? I felt that men treat women unfairly. And so that was my approach. But nowadays, as you said, with my fam coming up and this whole paramedic, I feel like it's just time to say it. You know what I mean? It's time to put this in the records now. And honestly, I've done a lot of party tunes and songs for the ladies, so I'm still doing them. But just want to put in some of the work for make sure that, you know what I mean, at least my son can hear that in the future he understand these songs a lot better. Right.
No, totally understand that. Live and Livin is out March 12th. Then you've got Scorcha in May. Does that mean that you are finally, because I saw this on, what was it, The Fix? You were on The Fix, and you said how much you don't like doing social media. So are you finally going to do some more social media? Because you got 2 albums coming out, man.
Yeah. It's something that I use. You know what I mean? To me, style is that way too. Style. Like, I don't always wear the chains and the hot clothes. Sometimes I'm just in my shorts and just chilling out most of the time. But I use style. I don't let style use me. In other words, when someone comes out with a hot jacket or hot set of clothes, it have to fit me and look good for me. Seen? And the same thing with the social media. It has to fit my mood. And so right now I'm in the mood for promotion and in the mood for, you know what I mean, people to see the work I've done. So yeah, definitely use it a lot more. You know what I mean? I don't let it use me. I'm not one of those people that people can cuss on social media and I feel any way about it. I don't give one piece of shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because to tell the truth, I've seen the same people see me in the street and they like cussing me out online. When they see me, they're like, yo, where I going? You know what I mean? And you can see they want to cuss, but they ain't doing it. You know what I mean? So it's come to me speaking to them about it. But also, I just think it's mostly people's best side that they put out there. And so, you know, I don't make it use me. I use it, man.
Yes, sir. Where can everybody find you on social?
On Instagram is at Duttypaul. Same thing with Twitter. That's DUTTYPAUL. And my Facebook page is my Sean Paul fan page. You know what I mean?
And you have the website up too, right? The allseanpaul.com?
allseanpaul.com. I'm also on TikTok. But you know, when you're on TikTok, I don't even know what I name. I don't remember. I don't use that one much. I'm gonna have to get into it. I'm gonna develop a dance and put it on TikTok and see if people can follow me.
Nice. I will be looking forward to that. Sean Paul, appreciate you checking in, man. A lot of knowledge dropping. We're looking forward to the 2 albums, Live and Livin March 12th, and of course Scorcha in May.
In May, yeah, man.
Yes,
sir. Give thanks, brother. Thank you for the time. Yeah, appreciate it.
Man. Easy.
Tropics, the best in the world, and the new boy. Swisha sweet and the champion.